Hi guys, Fireplace here and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today guys, we are going to be going over the must-watch games per round, alright guys? We're also going to go over the must-watch games per team in a separate video, so that might be out, that might not be out by now. But yeah, for each team it's going to be probably about 4 or 5 must-watch games. For each round it's going to be about 2 or 3. But there is going to be some must-watches in here. So we're going to be going over each round. We're going to start. Of course, it starts with the first game of the year. Melbourne Western Bulldogs is definitely a must-watch. Going to be so interesting, so fun. Another must-watch is probably GWS and Sydney. It's going to be a very fiery derby, especially in round 1. It's going to be really good. And probably Adelaide Fremantle is another one, just to keep your eye out on, as Fremantle are going to be very important this year. So, yeah, Fremantle are probably going to be another team that you want to keep an eye out on this year, so that's why I say that. So we're going to try and go for about 3 a round, because a round can be very interesting. And yeah, so round 2 now, we hop on to round 2. Straight away, Sydney Geelong, that is a very important must-watch game there. That's going to be a belter, you'd be thinking. And then You've probably got North Melbourne West Coast, probably another good must-watch. Richmond GWS, and Fremantle St Kilda. Then if you want one on the Saturday, Collingwood Adelaide. So there's a fair few games in round 2. So you got Sydney Geelong, Collingwood Adelaide, and then every Sunday game is every Sunday game. Not that it'll mean, like, the first North West Coast won't mean a lot. The other 2 games will. Fremantle St Kilda, Richmond GWS. That's pretty much teams battling it out for the 8 there. The only team that's missing is Essendon. So now into round 3. We have straight away Western Bulldogs Essendon is a must-watch. A Friday night showdown. Adelaide, Port Adelaide, a must-watch. And then probably for the 3rd game, I will probably select St Kilda and Richmond as a must-watch, or West Coast. Probably West Coast Fremantle. But I'm still going to give St Kilda Richmond credits as well in that round. And there we have it for that round. So we're going to try and pick 3 or 4 per round. Port Adelaide Melbourne, Geelong Brisbane. Wow, that starts off well. Collingwood West Coast, Richmond Western Bulldogs, Fremantle GWS. Wow, this game has it. Like, this round has it all. How many is here? We have 1, 2, and then we have 3, 4, 5. There's definitely 5. Yeah, 5, and then if you count Gold Coast, Carlton, that's 6. So round number 4, I think. Round number 4 is full of brilliant games that you need to see. Round number 5, 7:05 for the Thursday game. Interestingly timed. Now, a must-watch game is definitely Essendon Fremantle. That is definitely a must-watch, that one. Now, look, I don't know, but these 2 teams always have very close games, Essendon and Fremantle, and it's going to continue. Really looking forward to that one. That's the only must-watch game that round, unless if anyone here is interested in watching West Coast or Sydney, maybe, but that's not really going to be that exciting. We're looking for the exciting games. GWS St Kilda, there's one this round. Well, in round number 6, GWS St Kilda. And then you've got Fremantle Carlton. You know their rivalry. They've got a bit of a rivalry going on. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. And then probably a big one, as per usual, the Anzac Day game and the Anzac Day Eve game, which this time is going to be held on a Sunday. Very interesting. Monday, we've got 2 Anzac Day, one at UTAS, one at UTAS, 12 o'clock midday, and then one 6:55 Sunday for Richmond, Melbourne, and then Essendon, Collingwood, the traditional Anzac Day clash. Now into round 7, West Coast Richmond. That is a massive game for the Tigers as well. That'll definitely be a must-watch. Another one would be probably Sydney Brisbane at the SCG. And how important that one could be as well. Just deciding the top 4 could be pretty crucial. So there's a couple of must-watch games in that round. There is going to be must-watch games in every round, you'd be thinking. There may only be one. But yeah, Port Adelaide Western Bulldogs Friday, May 6th, 7 o'clock. Why are they positioned like right at these on the strike, on the clock, like directly at the 0-0 at the start of a brand new hour? 1:15 for 2 games. What? Wait a minute. Round 8 has absolutely everything. You got a 7 o'clocker and an 8:10 on Friday. You got 2 1:15 games on the Saturday. You've got 2 6:55 games on the Saturday. And then on the Sunday, you've got a 12:40 and a 4:10. That is incredible. And I know this is my times. This is a little bit different for you guys. But for the Eastern, 7:25, you got 2 1:45 games. You got 2 7:25 games on the Saturday. And then you've got a 7:30 and 8:40 on the Friday. Wow. But anyway, the must-watch games, Port Adelaide Western Bulldogs. Probably GWS Geelong Manuka. How important could that really be? Very important in the terms of things. And yeah, Carlton Adelaide could be another interesting one. But again, we're trying to look for those real big blockbuster clashes that are really going to decide on who is really going to make the 8. Now, of course, we have got here, we have got Sydney Essendon. Now, that is definitely a must-watch because they've definitely made it clear. There's definitely a rivalry there. Sydney Essendon SCG Saturday night. Probably doesn't really get much better than that, if I was to be completely honest, unless if you put it on a Friday night. Or even a Thursday night would be good for that. But yeah, Saturday night, really going to be a good clash, that one. And then there's no real other good clashes in this round. So, again, not too much round 9. Round 10 now, of course, with date and times to be confirmed. So now it's just looking at the matchup. So we have Geelong, Port Adelaide, GMHBO. I can tell you right now that's going to be very good no matter what time of day, no matter what day, no matter where. Well, I mean, GMHBA, but like no matter what time of day, no matter what the date is, it'll be a good clash. Now, I can see another one here, which is Richmond and Essendon. Now, that should be another really good clash as well. And yeah, really important for both their seasons. And of course, now as we start hitting round 11, it's going to be kind of almost at the halfway mark of the season. So teams need to kind of have a little bit of a respective look at this time. Otherwise, they've got to look good in shape for the 8. Now, Collingwood Carlton, definitely going to be a good one, especially when those two play off. And then you've got Sydney Richmond at the SCG. And that should be a good game as well. Of course, important for Richmond. And then you've got no other really good games in that round. Now we are going to be going on to round 12, and we have Melbourne Sydney could be a good matchup. Western Bulldogs Geelong at Marvel should be a good matchup though. That's definitely a good one. Now for the not so much of a blockbuster clash, still just a decent game between lower sides. Adelaide versus West Coast. I'll definitely be watching that one, just because I like to barrack for my team. Gold Coast North, TIO Stadium could be interesting as well. But if you're looking for the real blockbuster clashes this round, it's Melbourne, Sydney, and Western Bulldogs Geelong. You'll definitely want tickets for them. And yeah, I'll definitely be watching them games as well. And then you've got next round. Can't really see any so far. Richmond, Port Adelaide, MCG. Again, the way this one could possibly work, again, how important this could be for Richmond and Port Adelaide's season is massive. There's a lot on the line on that game, I think, as well. I think there's a lot on the line. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then you've got GWS Western Bulldogs Giants Stadium. Probably a good matchup there, I reckon. And then I reckon Port Adelaide, Sydney, the Adelaide Oval, that's going to be very important as well on deciding the top 4. And then Gold Coast Adelaide, Metricon Stadium, for those fans out there of Gold Coast and Adelaide. That one shouldn't be too bad. Carlton Fremantle. And then we've got no real other games. I mean, West Coast Essendon WA could be pretty good. And then again, like you've got North Melbourne, Adelaide, Blunston. But if you're looking for a real blockbuster clash this round, you're not really going to get one. Maybe Carlton, Fremantle, and West Coast, Essendon. So now we are heading into the more pointy end of the season where teams really need to start looking good to make the finals. You've got to start winning games. We have Brisbane, Western Bulldogs up the Gabba. How important that one is for both teams. That's going to be a good game. Essendon, Sydney MCG, again, another very good game there. Gold Coast, Collingwood. Then you've got Richmond, West Coast at the MCG, which I was about to say that's going to be a good game, but it's not. Richmond will take it out because West Coast have problems away from home. And those problems are like serious problems, like serious problems. So I don't know how they're going to work that one out, but they have to do something about that in the next couple of years. Well, they've got to do something about it this year. It's a problem right now. And they've had it for a little bit now. They had it last year. I think phases really started coming in 2020 of that problem. And now Geelong, Melbourne, round 17. How important that one could be as well. That should be a good game. St Kilda, Fremantle, Marvel. How important that's going to be. Sydney, Western Bulldogs. Some very good clashes in round 17. And then West Coast, Carlton in Optus Stadium. Wow. Some good clashes. And then now Manuka Oval, round 18, GWS Brisbane, Hawthorn West Coast MCG, Adelaide Collingwood, Adelaide Oval. Ooh, yes. TI Otago Park, Melbourne Port Adelaide. That's definitely a real I can't even talk anymore. Blockbuster clash for that round. And then now Collingwood Essendon could be okay, but probably not one that would make the list. Richmond, Fremantle, Marvel Stadium. I reckon this definitely has the potential, perhaps, for actually being a decent game. Maybe this one has the potential for being a decent game, perhaps. Oh, but we do have a couple more. Western Bulldogs, Melbourne, Marvel Stadium, Port Adelaide, Geelong, Adelaide Oval. Wow, that round is full of goodness, that one. There's a fair bit going on, and really important that round as well. And then we've got Geelong, Western Bulldogs, GMHBA, Richmond, Brisbane, MCG. And I'm going to put this one on the list. Gold Coast, West Coast, Metricon Stadium. Just because, again, West Coast, they got some problems away from home. They need to fix them up now. Sydney, GWS, SCG should be a good one. And that is it for round 20. Alright, guys, so round 21 is pretty important. Holding GWS Essendon at Giant Stadium, that should be a belter. And no real other games. I mean, Western Bulldogs, Richmond. Oh, no, there is a couple of other games, actually. So Western Bulldogs, Fremantle could be okay. Port Adelaide, Richmond, Adelaide Oval. I reckon if Richmond are back to their best, this should be a very good game. And I reckon two not very good teams right now, West Coast, Adelaide, go head-to-head at Optus. I reckon that should be West Coast win, but still, you never know. West Coast do have issues at home, away from home still, so it could go either way, that one. Now, into round 22. This is a very important round, of course, as we know. No real games seem to have caught sight just yet, except Derby, Fremantle, West Coast. No other games. I mean, Western Bulldogs, GWS could be okay, but no other games really stood out in round 22. Now, round 23, we've got Brisbane, Melbourne up at the Gabba, Carlton, Collingwood, Essendon, Richmond. How important that is. GWS, Fremantle, and then Port Adelaide, Adelaide. Those are some must-watch games in 2022. So pretty much, again, if we just go back over them, there's rivalries in there. There's clashes that are going to be making up the top 4 and top 8. So, yeah, and then there's just going to be some lower teams on the ladder, like, say, for example, 15th and 16th play each other. They can still make out some very good games as well, even though they're not quite up to the high level. It's just a little bit different. So, pretty much, that's it. You guys can let me know which games you think will be good. And round 23 holds a fair few of them, and round 8 is a very interesting round. If we go back to that, let's just make this section to spare for round 8. 7 o'clock, 8:10, 1:15, 1:15, 4:05, 6:55, 6:55, 12:40, 4:10. So pretty much when you get to the back end of the round, it seems okay. But a 7 o'clock and an 8:10 on Friday night is very interesting. 2 1:15 games on the same day and two 6:55 games on the same day is very different. Then you've got a 4:05, but it's at Monaco, which is again different. And then you've got Melbourne, St Kilda, MCG, Carlton, Adelaide, Marvel Stadium on Sunday, which is semi-normal. But yeah, the Saturday game, the Saturday and the Friday is very interesting. Interestingly timed games. We go back to round 1 though. This is where it all starts. Melbourne, Western Bulldogs kicking off Wednesday, 16th of March. So footy's actually not too far away now. So there's going to be plenty of footy videos coming out on this channel. But I do hope you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys will never miss another video on the channel. Thank you guys all so much for watching. So bye guys. Fire plays out.